Today's show is sponsored by Feels CBD. Feels CBD has our fans feeling their best every day, and it can help you too. Become a member at feels.com/ashy, and you'll get 50% off automatically and free shipping. That's feels.com, FEALS.com/ashy.
All power and glory go to God. All greatness is from God. When a hero stumbles, well, the cowards rejoice. Nothing feels better to a coward than to watch a brave guy fall. Now, you guys might have seen in the news that I caught coronavirus recently, and then I did. Whoops. I did. Because in the beginning of the pandemic, I talked to a guy in the live entertainment business, and I said, when can we go back to work? He said, probably sometime in 2022. And I said, there's no fucking way I can wait that long. And I just tried to find a way that I could work. You see what we've been doing. All of you who had to endure this invasive test and wear these masks just so we could be out and hang out and be together. I tried. And after all these months, after doing all these shows, God damn it, my number was up, and then I had the Rona. Oh. Cowards rejoice at a time like this because they're so invested in being afraid. And when I said I had the coronavirus, the overwhelming majority of people wished me well. Said, we hope you get better, take care of yourself. We don't want anything bad to happen to you. But there was a faction of people, the cowards, who said, you see that, Dave Chappelle? That's why we stay inside where it's safe, and we never try anything. Well, enjoy yourselves, motherfuckers, because I'm better now.
Yo, the company that's keeping us safe. Yo, man. Right?
Powerful thing. I mean, it's got a lot of firepower. If you can figure out a way to wrestle that fear, to push you from behind, rather than to stand in front of you, that's very powerful. I always felt that I had to work harder than the next guy just to do as well as the next guy. And to do better than the next guy, I had to just kill. And, you know, to a certain extent, that's still with me and how I work. I just go in. What's up, son?
What up, son?
Nah, I don't know if we got that energy, son, because a couple of weeks ago, son, first off, I just did, that was a quote from Jimmy Iovine. It was in one of the documentaries or something he did. And it was also featured in Dr. Dre's album, Compton, which I think should have been Chronic 2. I really believe that Dr. Dre wasn't feeling secure enough to say this would be Chronic 2, but that album had so much of him, so much on the relationships he had with people, and it was so powerful. But he didn't want to call it Chronic 2, he called it Compton. I don't give a shit. This shit felt like it was Chronic 2. And in that statement, like that it's a song, All in a Day's Work, featuring Anderson .Paak. And Anderson .Paak kills this, right? And that quote, speech, whatever he said, when the first time I heard it, it meant so much to me, right? Because you always, everybody think they're tough, whatever, right? And people think they're not afraid of anything, they have fear of anything. But the thing that most people fear the most, dear, is death. I think that that's the one thing.
Blowing up.
Let me take this. Let me see. Okay. I think,
The thing I fear the most is beeping during a podcast recording.
well, I know, and I didn't record it, and I fear that because you get to talk shit to me. You're like, whose goddamn beeper is that?
Where is it?
Who's back? It's over in the corner.
I'll
right
grab
there.
it.
All right, but going back to let me. I'm gonna take that off. You don't gotta worry about it. I just took the Bluetooth off. For the most part, people think they aren't afraid of anything. But one thing people are afraid of, and I think that this happens at different times of your life. I don't think anybody's afraid of death in their 20s, their 30s, their 40s. Once you start hitting that 50, and you may not fear death, but it be motherfuckers dying around you. And you can start hearing, man, I'm telling you, man, I got a younger brother, and he's like the guy that always lets you know when somebody passed away. You know what I'm saying? We talk, we don't communicate that much, but we talk. But for some reason, every time we call, you know when you get this card right here? You remember Robert Smith? You remember Mike Wallace, right? When you say, the nigga died. Once you say, remember, I'm like, oh, what's about to happen, right? And then you start questioning stuff. And then I think when people start thinking about death, the thing that makes you the most nervous is you probably ask yourself, what have I accomplished in my life? I ain't ready to die. I got too much other shit. Then you got some people that, and this is why I know this sounds crazy when I say the good die young. You have some people that pass away at a younger age where they accomplished a lot of shit. So I don't care what nobody says. You never be at peace with that. But I think that some people go away at a young age and they life represented a lot. It meant a lot to them. It meant a lot to other people. It inspired other people. It motivated other people. It made people do stuff. But I don't know if I get scared of a lot of shit. I'm not saying I'm a super tough guy, because I know this is an old school saying, everything happens for a reason. You can't predict, you can't get ahead of yourself. And the reason why I don't fear a lot of stuff, because I don't believe in getting ahead of myself. I don't believe in once you find out somebody's not doing well, you automatically just counsel them and say it's over. I don't believe in like, oh my God, when you get two situations where this is the good side of it and this is the bad side of it. Some people would choose to connect with the bad side of it and not the stuff that could be optimistic. But I got an interesting story. Like, I have a brother, older brother. Well, we've talked about him before. My older brother, I don't want to call him my gay brother, but he is my gay brother, right? But it's interesting because I don't know if I shared this story before, but we talk shit to each other. You know, not talk shit about him being gay, but I make fun. He make fun of me being straight. And the weird thing is, I don't have these two dogs right now. Just give you an example of how our lives are so different. It seems crazy. My brother lives in Watts, right? He lives in Watts. He has 2 pit bulls. My brother lives in Watts. He has 2 pit bulls, and he buys crab legs from crackheads.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean? He buys like on the regular?
Whenever the shit is in the streets. You guys
Is that a common occurrence?
In the streets? In the streets. It is. Oh my God. It's like that.
Is that like every day?
It's not every day. This is where selling crab legs are very, very, very prominent. If you have a direct contact to your crackhead or the barbershop. You know what I'm saying? Barbershop. Motherfuckers bring all type of shit to barbershop, son. But my brother will buy 4 dozen crab legs from the crackhead. You know what I'm saying? And that's how gangster he is. I would never do that. And it's so funny because we're so opposite. He lives in Watts, 2 pit bulls. And he lives in Watts, 2 pit bulls. He likes Hennessy, and he buys crabs from crackheads. Me, on the other side of my tough existence in my life, I live in Hollywood. I had 2 Yorkies at one time in my life. I like gin martinis, shaken well with muddled cucumber, right? And I like to buy high-end seafood from Gelson's.
Right.
We so different but similar, and it's so funny because I talk shit to him whenever we go out, and I order a drink. He be like, and this is his voice. You talk about me. It's always like a little extension at the end. You talk about me. You over here drinking them fruity drinks with them bitch-ass dogs, right? And his dog bit me. I don't know if I told you this story.
Nah.
Man, this was the funniest shit ever. He got 2 pit bulls, right? And I know, please, LBG community, that means you. Don't talk shit about me because I profile, and I'm going to be honest. I thought, because my brother was gay, that his dogs was going to be gay. It's the same thing with like a gay couple raise a kid. They be like, oh, he gonna automatically be gay. There's no way. I thought because my brother was gay that the dogs was the most bitch ass pit bulls you could ever. I thought that they barked like rough, right? So I remember one time, it was Christmas, and that's when you know something fucked up. When something tragic like this happens to you during Christmas, the holiday, like, it was Christmas, and I was in the back with his dogs, and I'm really taking advantage of them because I think they're feminine pit bulls. Right? I'm talking shit. I'm like this. I don't talk to gay people like this, but I talk to what I think gay dogs are like this, right? Because they can't talk back and say, you can't do that. They can't march. Dogs can't march.
Right.
They can't
organize.
They can't organize or anything.
They got no social media.
No social media.
Yeah,
they do
you're good.
what happened to me. And I just realized I had a piece of chicken in my hand, right? And my brother wasn't around. Walked down the backyard, and I looked at the dog. I said, oh, bitch ass, dick gay ass motherfucking dogs. Oh, ball sniffing ass dogs, them dogs. Cats. I did. I said, get up. And something said, motherfucker bit the back of my motherfucking leg, right? And I was startled. I was like, I did not just get bit by a gay dog, right? And I went in the house, and I was nervous as shit. Not nervous, okay, a little fear. No, it already happened. I got bit. And I told my brother, I said, yo, son. He was like, what? I was like, your dog just bit me, nigga. He said, they bite. I said, what? He said, and this funny thing about it, he was in the middle of cooking, so you don't never fuck with a gay dude when they cooking Christmas dinner. You get fucked up. He said, they bite. I said, what you mean they bite? He said, they bite. They got teeth. They bite. You got teeth, you bite? I said, yeah, but I didn't know. You should have told me they bite. And I would have prevented myself from getting bit. And he just looked at me like it wasn't nothing and went right back to making his potato salad. Went right back to the motherfucker, looked back. He was staring at potato salad and went right back to it. And the funny thing about potato salad, how do you feel about potato salad?
I mean, I know it's an issue with you, but...
Issue with you? Does that mean black people?
No,
what?
You personally, because I hung out with you in the summer. We did a lot of barbecues.
Right.
I never really thought about potato salad that much. I like...
All right, first off, you pronounce it wrong.
Oh.
You don't put the po in potato salad.
Potato salad?
Tater salad.
Tater salad. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. See, there you go. I'm learning.
All right, I'm helping you.
I know there's two kinds. There's...
Black people and white people.
Well, that could be true, too.
It's not could be. It's true.
No, I'm talking about there's oil and vinegar.
Nigga, that's the whitest motherfucker. What the fuck?
That's the German potato salad.
Wait, niggas don't fuck with no
I don't
German
fuck with
potato
that.
salad.
No, I'm a mayonnaise
Yo,
guy.
the
I
fact
like mayonnaise.
that you said there's a potato salad with olive oil and vinegar. Did you say vinegar?
Yeah, vinegar.
Olive and vinegar. That's the crackerest. No disrespect. That's the whitest potato salad. We ain't fucking with that.
It's German style.
What's the other potato salad?
It's got mayonnaise in it.
Yeah, what's the other potato salad? What up, son?
It's got mayonnaise in it, and I know white people put like apples and shit in
Apples, cheddar cheese.
But not me.
Asparagus. They put everything but the black shit that go in potato salad. And the main black ingredients of potato salad is mustard, mayonnaise, relish, celery salt.
Okay.
And that's like, everybody got their different portions of it or whatever, right? But for the most part, that's what makes you a good potato salad. Then you got to add to the fact what potatoes you use, how they cooked and everything. And I'm a great cook. It's not me saying it. The bitches say it too.
That's the
right?
truth, yeah.
That's true. Right? And my brother's a good cook. And I'll be tearing his ass up. Right? Almost had a domestic situation in his relationship. Because his boyfriend kept on saying, your brother can cook. I was like, nigga, you better shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? It was funny for years. I make attempts to make potato salad. Every time I make an attempt of it, just don't go out the way I want. It wasn't my thing. It wasn't my thing like that, right? And I remember one year I was doing a barbecue, and see, bitches won't tell me, queens won't tell you if they don't like your potato salad. They just won't fuck with it. So I think I'm doing something special with potato salad. And then I remember one year I was dating this girl, and I said, so what y'all want me to make? And they was like, we want you to make your shrimp, we want you to make your garlic noodles, whatever. Then I said, oh yeah, I make my potato salad. They looked at me like, nah.
They just got real quiet.
They got quiet, like they said, we good. They said, my brother's nickname is Chucky. They said, we want Chucky potato salad. I was like, so you niggas like gay potato salad? Right, they was like, we want Chucky potato salad. And I was offended. I was like, I'm gonna make my potato salad. They was like, no, we want Chucky's potato salad. And I'm like, this motherfucker got some award-winning, world's famous shit. So I called him. I was like, yo, man. I said, these chicks going crazy on your potato salad. I said, you probably could get some pussy off that potato salad. And he said to me, and that be the last day I make potato salad. He was like, he is not fucking with that, right? But I love my brother. And the reason why I brought this story, I brought just introduction to him, is that he's a tough guy. He's not too scared of anything. I remember we were in Watts. We were outside on the stoop, and then he was like, I remember when I first moved out here, because it was excitement, moving from D.C. to Watts, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the hood. And my brother's like, very smart guy, master degree education, but he's still hood, right? And I was like, how you living out here? He said, when I first moved out here, because, you know, out in Watts and shit, like all night, they be having helicopters and shit out there, shit, police be wee wee. He was like, when I first came out here, he said, I would sit out here and I would see the helicopters. He said, and the helicopter be he like, and it was fun. He said, I thought I was in a John Singletary movie. He said, I thought I was in a John Singletary movie. And I said, then what happened, man? He said, and then one day, I got scared. He said, he grabbed his heart. He said, I had got scared. Scared? No, I was scared. And I never seen my brother scared of anything. I know he'd been through some tough times in life. I never seen him be scared of anything. And I had a situation, and I'm going to be transparent about it now that I'm in a different place. Everybody knows I've been traveling with Dave Chappelle over the summer, and we extended that to Austin, Texas, at a very popular venue called Stubbs, known for the barbecue and the entertainment. It's an outdoor amphitheater situation. Some of the biggest names in music have performed there. And we were doing our shows, and it's not like I'm like blowing the beans, but it's documented that Dave contracted COVID-19. And a lot of people in our team contracted, as they say, the Rona. And not that we thought that we were invincible, but we felt and we tried to do everything to create a safe, healthy environment to experience live entertainment, which is the backbone of our existence, the backbone of how we make money, everything. And when I say we felt we did everything, I feel like our team, compared to what other businesses and other people are doing, trying to continue to be normal, trying to create jobs for people, trying to entertain audiences, I think we did above and beyond. There's not, I don't know one show, if it's not, say, like a TV taping or something, that would test an entire audience of 500 people. Nobody does that. One of the things that could make you feel somewhat comfortable. Not just the audience, but every staff member, every hotel employee, everything. And with all, I mean, these efforts are greater than a lot of things people do. I've been to Atlanta, I've been to Florida. I don't really go out and hang out in all those places like that, but I've seen what people are doing during this pandemic. And literally, there's places where you could go that people are standing shoulder to shoulder, and the only precautions they did was give them a temperature check, which means like every man for himself.
Yeah.
We went above and beyond. We went above and beyond, like rapid from, like going from when we used to test like every 3 days to every day. So that will give you, if you want to say, some false sense of security.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing, but what it's telling you in our case is that you could do everything you think you could do. Everything you think you could do, and it still could pop through. Right? In our case, we felt like we did everything we thought we could do, and it still popped through. And I remember when it happened.
You
right?
do?
Oh, I remember when it.
You know exactly what happened. What?
I know exactly when it popped off because again, we test so frequently.
Right.
That even if someone in our circle was positive, it wouldn't be like a week later finding out.
Right.
It would literally would be in 24 hours.
Right.
Which gives you an advantage of how you isolate it and you move forward. And I remember I was in the green room, and I was hosting these shows. Show started at 7 o'clock. At 6:50, head of security had somebody got the Rona look on his face. It's a look.
I've seen that look.
Yeah. It's
I've seen that look.
Yo, that look is like, you like, you don't believe it, how did it happen? And
yeah, I've seen that look. That look is.
and it was like, there's a lot of situations could happen where the show's not over. Mm-hmm. He was like, boss man tested positive. I was like, what?
Wow.
It was like 10 minutes. And the thing about it was like, the thing about it, when he told me that, a lot of people like this, fuck that, did I never once thought about myself. Mm-hmm. When they said he was positive, I never thought about myself. I only thought about him. I thought about him. And I thought about what him going down means to an operation.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I mean? Like a couple craft service motherfuckers, put them in a motherfucking hotel. No, everybody's the same. But you know what I'm saying?
No, but you're right. It's like,
that's
the head of the snake right there.
That's the
You
head
know
of the
what I
snake.
mean?
And then it's like, and for that, like, his presence means so much to so many people. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people employed? First is your health, first and foremost. But then you're like this, what does this guy do this for? Why does he do it? What is the effect of Dave Chappelle or anybody trying to do shows?
Yeah.
People would like to say,
that's kind of the question in the air that everyone would ask.
What's the question in the air? What was it?
Why would someone like Dave Chappelle continue to do shows?
I'm gonna tell you why.
But yeah,
I'm gonna tell you why. Because we live this shit. This is our existence. Live performance is everything for us. It's our therapy. It feels good to us. It feels good to the people that go to those shows. Another reason why when we were doing the summit, one of the things, he wanted to bring the gang back together. He wanted his closest friends to feel some sense of normalcy, be able to have a good time, be able to have functions, be able to do outdoor stuff, to be able to do barbecues, to do this stuff, and be somewhat normal. Because as much as people are concerned about their physical health, your mental health is being strained like a motherfucker during this pandemic. It's making you be mad at people you're not normally mad at. You know what I'm saying? It makes you just, you got anxiety or whatever. And a lot of people mention that they're trapped, they're locked up. You know what I'm saying? Of course you're doing everything to be safe, whatever, but you're still locked up. You ain't doing shit. You're not doing shit with your life. You're not even trying. It's making some people lazy. It makes the other people stronger and want to work hard. But that's what it does. And then if he get it, you like, the motherfucking operation is over. And the funniest thing was, I was supposed to MC. And then, one of the guys that's close to Dave, he came in, he always gives me instructions about the rundown of the show and everything. And he was like, son, I need you, and DJ Trauma's doing this hype set right now. Make some noise in here. How many, y'all ready for a Dave Chappelle show? I wanted to go like, I wanted to break through the curtain, son, and be like,
Yeah.
And he got him pumped up. He's all right before
like this.
Yeah, like cut. And he's like this, yeah, we about to get it popping and everything. And at the same time, son is telling me, Dave, he said, you got to go out there and you got to tell the audience that this show is going to be chaos. I said, no, I ain't got to do that.
Shit.
I said, that's not what I do.
Yeah, no way.
I said, I tell jokes because me going up, I was like, let DJ Trauma, he got him hyped. Let him unhype him. Let him get off the hype, right?
Let him do the unhype set.
Let him do the unhype set, right? So I'm saying to myself, I was like, I'm not going to be the bearer of that news.
Fuck no.
Let him do it. And the reason why, I'm a team player. Like, even with our lineup throughout the summer, I've played every position on that lineup from the summer to now. I've played feature. I've played headliner. I've played MC.
Opener.
Whatever you want to do. But I was like, I'm not doing that role. And the difference is, like when you do my intro, hey, give it up for so-and-so. You seen him on Bert Kreischer's The Cabin. You seen him in Spider-Man, whatever. You seen him in Pixar's new animated blockbuster show, Soul. But you fell in love with him as Ashley Larry on Chappelle's show. Crowd goes crazy. And I was not trying to deal with crowd going crazy and then, hey, y'all ready to have a good time? Oh, we got some bad news.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle's not going to be here.
That's crazy. So he got the positive while the club was packed.
Yeah.
And the show was ready to pop. That's fucking wild.
With a red show. And to be honest, this is another thing I admire about his character is that when he found out it was 10 minutes before the show's going to start, he could have easily got in the car by himself with a mask on, drove to the show, stayed in the car, tell them to call me when they're introducing me, walk in that venue with nobody nowhere around him, with a mask, took the mask off, individual mic, done his show, got back in the car. He didn't do that. I think it was a testament on how you react to when your bubble is busted.
Yeah.
That happened.
So he wasn't. I thought he was at the venue. That's all I was saying. Like,
No.
that's
It
crazy.
was never made to the venue.
He didn't get to the venue.
And the crazy thing about it was, of course, anything that he related, TMZ will hit me up, you know? And it was like, the news broke. TMZ hit me up. And one thing I say that, and it's hard, people are like, how can you respect? I respect TMZ because they like one of the biggest entertainment news sources out there. And when they say something, it's usually truthful. And they could either fuck with you or not fuck with you.
Yeah, they've been good to you.
They've been good to me. Even though I've had some crazy stuff happen to me in my career, it's always some type of comedic slant to it. It's always something that they be like, oh yeah, they still think he's cool.
I mean, they got about 10 good ones to maybe 1 or 2 bad ones.
They got a whole bunch of them. We go play some of them sometime. But the crazy thing was they called me and I was like, do I talk to him? Do I not? I don't want to talk to him. You know, I'm like, what do I say? But the reason why I talked to them is because I knew all the haters was going to be talking shit. Y'all out there trying to live y'all life. Y'all having fun, taking chances out there, see what happened, putting people's life in jeopardy and all that type of shit. And I was like, how can I ask that? Is my voice strong enough for them to understand what we were trying to do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want anybody to discredit the efforts that this guy put into giving people jobs, trying to get people safe, and just living life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to nip that in the butt. And when I went out there, I talked to him, kept it kind of short, and they were like, Donnell, do you think there was risk involved with these shows? I was like, there's always risk involved when you are trying to be responsible or make an effort to make people feel good, to bring some happiness into their life, to give some people. There's always some risk.
Of course.
Yes, there's some risk. You know,
NBA's risk, taking a
NBA,
risk.
the NFL, the NFL did a season, right, and they do everything to make sure people safe, and it was still players that was coming up.
Did you see that the barber had a COVID positive test like a week before this, like 4 days before the Super Bowl or a week before the Super Bowl?
What?
He was the Kansas City Chiefs barber. He was going to cut Mahomes' hair that day, had a positive test. So that could have fucked up the whole Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying.
That would have been crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So there is some risk involved.
Yeah, there's
right?
always some risk involved.
And
yeah.
I explained it to them, and they were good. They were good to me. So I'm like, and then the next question they was like, you know, they always gonna ask you, so Donnell, how do you feel? Are you okay?
You got a sore throat?
Look, they're like, how do you feel? Are you okay? And like Dave tested positive on Friday, right? And this was I think it was Friday evening, maybe Saturday morning. Friday evening. And it was like, how do you feel? I said, I was like this, I'm good. Because I'm tested negative. I'm like, I'm good, I'm negative, right? They was like, oh, thank God to hear that. I was like, yeah, I'm good, right? Cut to next day, I did a rapid test, PCR test, right? Rapid test comes back negative. I go to sleep, and I wake up with a phone call. And the phone call is the hotel phone. And you know, the hotel phone is never good news.
You're right.
Hotel phone is, I smell smoke coming from your room. Could you quiet down? Y'all
You
fucking
owe
too loud.
$300 on your bill.
Yeah,
some shit like
Incidental
that.
is crazy. We need your credit card. And that phone rang, and then one of Dave's closest guys, this guy's, I'll say his name, Cena. He's Dave's right-hand man. If you see Dave, you see him. He's the guy responsible for just organizing everything Dave Chappelle. And this motherfucker called me, the phone rang, and when he called me, I picked the phone, and he said, he sounded like he had a voice as if I was about to get a pay raise or something. He was like, son. I was like, what? He said, son, you're positive, son. And I was like this. I was like, what? I was like, that's impossible. I felt like a white dude trying to save their dog in the veterinary office. Run more tests. I was like, no, that's impossible. I said, how did that happen? I was like, nigga, you know exactly how it happened. It could always happen, right?
So what he had, like, you had a different test?
What do you
Did
mean?
they do like a rapid test and then like a next day test or something like that? How did you get the positive?
The positive was with the PCR test. The minute, like, rapid test is the thing that give you the results the quickest, right?
Okay.
And it's accurate to a certain point. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I think it's things that could throw it off. But for the most part, if you see these productions, Hollywood doing these productions,
Yeah.
these sets, whatever, they're doing an antigen, I guess we would say. It might be pronounced wrong. But they're doing that test.
I see.
They're doing test. You get results in 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
And then you got you're talking about a PCR test is a longer,
A PCR is considered to be 100% accurate.
and that takes longer to get the results?
That takes longer to get the results. That's like 3 or 4 hours to get the
Wow.
results. The rapid test is what like a lot of people are using,
I
right? But
see.
if you have a situation where you have a bubble and you've been tapping, because it's a money thing too. If you've been testing positive, negative for the rapid test, and then somebody pops up positive, then you shift your gears. You go from rapid to PCR.
I see.
PCR is diagnostics or whatever. That's the spinning around and all that type of
I
shit.
see.
So I was negative on the
So you knew that was the real deal.
yeah, but then I didn't because you're in denial. I didn't because I'm like, wait a minute, how did I test negative? How did I test negative on a rapid and positive on a PCR? PCR is the one that if you're in this business and you got to do a job on a movie set or whatever, you got to get that. So it was confirmed, but I was in denial for a couple of days because I didn't have troubling symptoms.
Yeah, you were asymptomatic.
Asymptomatic, whatever. I think, I guess asymptomatic means like mild. The only thing I dealt with was,
No, asymptomatic means no symptoms at all. If you had mild symptoms, then it's mild.
well, I was A- symptomatic, okay, motherfucker.
Hey,
Yo.
hey, wait, Donnell.
Yo, you ain't gonna take my symptomatic out of me, motherfucker. I was B. I was B symptomatic,
A
son.
plus, A
I was
minus
B
symptomatic.
And we
I
got a
B.
sponsor, right?
Yeah,
We're
let's
gonna
take a
time.
second. Let's take a second now and
And I'm gonna tell
thank
you,
the
take a
sponsor.
second now to tell you why I'm so happy that these people are sponsored, because they goddamn came through for me when I was dealing with that motherfucking quarantine. Thanks to Fields for supporting my show. Fields CBD has me feeling my best every day, and it can help you too. If you're someone that's in the CBD world and you know about CBD, I honestly have to say Fields is the best quality CBD product that I've ever tried. And I'm gonna tell you, I've been in an experience where I was quarantined and I wanted to feel good. I wanted to feel better. And the CBD that Fields has, I will tell you, I took it under my tongue. And it's not a bad taste or anything. Put it on my tongue. You leave it on your tongue for like 15 or 20 seconds and you will feel better. You get 50% off your order the first time you buy Fields. And then if you use my URL, you'll continue to get 30% off of every order thereafter. Come on, that's a deal. Become a member at fields.com/ashy and you'll get 50% automatically taken off your first order with free shipping. That's Fields, FEALS.com. Cool?
Yep.
So, can I continue the conversation? So, see, that's the denial. That's the denial. You trying to figure out what your symptomatic is. Now, when I think about symptoms, I think about life-threatening symptoms.
Right.
So I didn't consider a brief taste being altered, smell being altered. I was like, that ain't no symptom.
Did you lose your sense of smell?
Yeah, but
Completely?
I was in denial.
You were in denial.
I was in denial. I was in denial because I had this little infuser in my room that emits this lavender, like, essential oil shit, right? And everybody talking about they got symptoms. Like, I'm telling motherfucker, I ain't got not a symptom. And they're like this, we might got a false positive. Donnell don't got no symptoms. But little I know, I got the goddamn infuser this close to my nose. This shit is sending steam. I'm like this. Yep, I still smell lavender, nigga. I ain't got no fucking Rona the fuck out of here, right? I lost my little bit of sense of taste, but I didn't think that would happen because I could still taste salt and hot sauce. Salt and hot sauce, the only taste that can beat through COVID. And I talked to one of our COVID nurses. I was like, I think I'm good. I can still taste. She said, what you taste? I said, I taste hot sauce and salt. She said, I think that's DNA in black people. You always been to taste hot sauce and sauce. I'm in denial. But I got it. Right? And it was so funny because motherfuckers, soon as they got it, motherfuckers like, you okay? You gonna be all right, Donnell? How you feeling? Right? And people noticed that I was somewhat absent from social media for a while. And it wasn't the embarrassment of it, because I found out that there's a lot of people that have had COVID than you believe.
Oh, definitely.
It wasn't the embarrassment of it. My issue was the fact that I still didn't want anybody to undermine the efforts that I didn't want to hear that shit. And I'm gonna tell you, the worst thing about testing positive for COVID, the shaming that comes with it.
Right.
Oh, y'all out here, again, repeat myself, y'all out here trying to live y'all fucking life, the shaming that goes with it. It comes from everywhere. It comes from family, everything.
Yeah.
You get this factor See what happened when you try?
Yeah.
See what happened when you try to pay your bills? See? And I know another part of it is that people hated to see us having so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
But the thing I respect about it, it's going to happen. No matter what bubble you produce, there's a chance that something could slip through the cracks.
Right.
And the thing about it is like, how do you react to it? How do you, as a business, as a person, how do you react to it? You act like it don't exist, put yourself out there, getting other people affected, or do you do what we did was like operation completely locked down. It felt like when I was in the military, we do what we call exercises. Exercise train you in case it was like a wartime situation. You react as if the base is coming under attack and all that shit. It's like, okay, what do we do now? And when I tell you the system that was always in place that we thought we would never have to use in regard to everybody that came in contact to that person, they go from being out to like completely locked down, going from rapid testing to PCR testing. When I found out that I was positive, within an hour at my door were every vitamin known to man. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, every vitamin. There was a thermometer there. It was alkaline water. You know what I'm saying? It was charcoal pills. You know what I'm saying? We went into productive mode. It wasn't nobody going out to the general public. You were shut down. You were shut down where everybody, 2 weeks is the norm. But the number of people don't understand, because we had one person on our team that tested positive, and 7 days later, he tested out. He tested out PCR. And that's why I say it's an individual situation. Some people have it in them longer than others. Some people, it just comes in like, I've had colds that felt worse than that.
Right.
You know, but it worked out. But I'm telling you, you go straight into prison mode. You go from like the freedom of doing whatever you want. Now you confined to your room. But like I say, vitamins, everything was set there. Regular testing was set up. We had people delivering our lunch. We had people delivering dinner. We had, like, if you needed something from Walgreens or whatever, it was man, I'm telling you, you know how much fun I had in summer camp? It was like Corona camp. It was like old school chicken pop camps. You just couldn't be around anybody. We kept our sense of humor up. We had a thread. We were cracking jokes, whatever. We always took it serious. And we all hoped that everything worked out for the best.
Yeah.
And after almost 2 weeks, everybody that had contracted it tested out.
Dope.
The show must go on.
Yeah.
The camaraderie, but I'm telling you, because people would make you feel bad. Nobody wanted to hear, as much as they want to say it there, nobody want to hear no good shit. The only thing they want to do is feel sorry for you. And then when you go on this stuff mentally, you don't always want somebody to feel sorry for you. You know, you want the people like, you're going to be all right. You're going to be good. Yeah. You don't want to, I have family members. Oh, I'm going to pray for you. Oh, God, I'm going to pray for you. See, I'm going to pray for you. I had to tell one of my family members, this is the first day. I believe in prayer, but I don't want to abuse it.
Right.
God is really busy fucking with ventilator niggas. You know what I mean? Like, down to it. And there's people out there not making fun of it. There's people
I know.
out
Yeah,
that
no,
need
for
prayer.
real.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, don't waste your prayer on a motherfucker that can still smell lavender.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, now, if I hit 2 weeks,
Yeah.
Everybody, the whole family, get down on your knees and let me get it right now. Mm-hmm. But like, I've talked about this on other podcasts. I don't believe in just like, some people just pray for every goddamn thing. And do you think you're busy? How busy do you think God is now during a global pandemic? He don't got time for me and not being able to taste strawberry jam. Mm-hmm. He's got other shit to do. But again, we did it.
I mean, I'm glad everyone's all right. That's great.
Yeah,
you know?
we got
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
Everybody's all right.
That's good.
Everybody's all right. But not only that, it's like what people don't understand is eventually, at some point, everybody's going to have some strand in them. Can you imagine the world of 2 years from now? You go to a bar or something, you meet a girl, and you say, have you ever had COVID? And be like, nope. You'll do 6 feet. Like, ugh. You ain't got none of them
we
body.
gotta get that vaccine, son.
Yeah, but I mean, we talked about this before.
Yeah.
You got the vaccine. But I'm going to tell you what. When these cases keep popping up, motherfucking positive, it's motherfuckers that was reluctant to get that fucking vaccine. They're gonna get that vaccine.
I hope so.
It's gonna make a difference. But again, it's gonna be people that's gonna be reluctant to do it. And these are the people that confuse me the most. The people that think your life is gonna be cool, just never going anywhere.
Yeah.
Suicides, all that type of shit. We did it. We got through it. And it was so funny because people be trying to do the Instagram investigations. They don't see you on Instagram.
Oh, I know.
They like this. It's people like...
I knew something was popping off.
No, but it's so funny because you go from 8 hours ago to... Now, you know you've been on Instagram for a while when it goes from the days to like January 12th.
Yeah.
We get all day. And this
Last post January. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you had the haters call you talking about, what's up, D? You kind of quiet on Instagram. They was like, why you so quiet? I was like, I got scared. I got scared. And this is what I'm talking about, fear. The only thing that scared me was a relationship with my son. And I never felt bad, but it's always a what if factor. What if I'm not here for him? And this little boy loves me. I love him. What if I can't be there for him? What if I don't see certain things with him? And I'm like, that's fucked up. And that thought started to scare me. But the thing that made me feel better about that, and if anything grave was to happen to me at this point or period, I asked myself, what type of person are you in your son's life right now? At this moment, something happens to you today. What does Austin remember you about you? And as tragic as it could have been, I felt good. I felt good knowing that if anything was happening to me like that, he knows 100% that his daddy loved him. And thank God it wasn't my last man, whatever. I was like, but at the end of the day, I would have been at peace with that. The fact that little boy know his dad loved him like crazy, and he loved me. And that was the toughest thing about being in quarantine. Was like, damn, when I'm gonna get out of this shit, the way I'm gonna see him? Because once motherfuckers start testing negative, motherfuckers like, how are you gonna leave? I was like, wait. I didn't say I want to go home so fast. I said I want to just go outside. I feel like we still have unfinished business to do.
Yeah.
And I don't know if maybe you will at some point, but there is no better feel. And then throughout the whole thing, my son was FaceTiming me a lot. Mm-hmm. I didn't want him to know what's going on because I didn't want him to be, like mentally fucked up or whatever. And he was FaceTiming me a lot. He was FaceTiming me so much, I was like, you ain't got nobody else to call? Daddy! He just wanted to FaceTime me all the time. And sometimes mentally I wasn't feeling good. I just want to break, And I'd be like, I say, Austin, do you mind if Daddy take a little nap? He said, if taking a nap means hanging up the phone, yes, Daddy, I do mind. He said, it's okay. You can take the phone by the bed and I'll take a nap with you.
Oh, my God.
The best shit. That's what that awe. I feel like the awe, and I couldn't wait to see him, man.
Yeah.
And he was just so excited. So excited. Kids are so goddamn innocent, man. Just so beautiful.
And they have just the purest hearts. You know what I mean? They just have the best. Just their ideas are so pure and.
Man, he says things. He's very smart, and I get all emotional sometimes. I remember one time I said, "You gonna, aw?" I said, "You trying to make Daddy cry?" He said, "It's okay, Daddy, because you cry, it be happy tears."
Oh.
And I looked at him, and in my mind I said, "He's gonna get so much pussy in high school." It's gonna be over if he's selling lines like that. It's gonna be crazy. Like, yeah, he gonna be like, "Yeah, what's your sign?" Sagittarius. Oh, we get along good. Our moons and all that. He gonna be one of those herbal pussy getting motherfuckers.
Hell yeah,
man.
he's gonna be like, "That's my dad. He's a comic, but I'm funnier than he is, man."
Yeah, he used to think he was funny to me until I dropped that Soul, the movie Soul.
Yeah.
Oh, that changed the game. I am literally the biggest superstar in the world to him now.
Yeah.
That was the one thing, and I understand why you have successful comedians and actors that just start doing the animation stuff because it's just the connection you have with your kids. But
and not only that, it's the connections with the world. That's a huge film, and it's nominated for a Golden Globe, right?
Oh my God, that thing is going to sweep everything.
Is it? Are the Oscar nominations out yet?
I don't think the Oscars. I mean, Golden Globe is an indication of what's going to happen in the Oscars for the most part. But I can't see this thing not being like nominated in probably every possible category you can.
For sure.
And it's so interesting because I was kind of like saddened because it didn't have a theatrical release. Mm-hmm. But if you look at the reach and who it reached out, I mean, how many people got to see it?
Yeah, way more, right?
Because the new wave is like the way they gauge movies and stuff. It used to be just box office. Everything is streaming now.
Right.
And this movie did 1.8 billion streams, which they equate to like $380 million at the box office.
Wow.
Yeah. It killed. And it probably wouldn't have got that many eyeballs if it wasn't for people being people being constricted to just being in their house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but also just the availability of being able to see it. Because not even if you want to go to the movie theater, you just don't always go. But if you can just flip your TV on, oh, let me see Soul. I really want to see that. The opportunity to watch it is a lot easier.
But film going to theater shit eventually is going to fade out anyway.
I don't know. I mean, it'll always be cult, I think, on some level because it is so fun to go to a movie theater.
Yeah, it's fun, but then,
it's great.
But it's fun, but our mental state now is going to be like this. People are going to be so paranoid to do anything.
I know, you're right.
And
it's going to take a long time.
It's going to take a long time, but not only that, with the price of like big screen TVs and everything, people, I know it's still something about going to the movies, but kids don't give a fuck about that.
No, kids don't give a fuck about that. I saw Lawrence of Arabia on 70 millimeter film in a movie theater right on Hollywood Boulevard a couple years ago. I don't know, it just fucking blew my mind. Like, there's a scene where most of it's filmed, he's in the desert, but he's like riding a camel, and the camel's like so tiny on this gigantic screen, and there's this massive shot of the desert.
Right. It's
just a fucking... But because he's small on the screen and the screen's so big, he's still huge.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, man. That was the one movie I saw where it was like 70 millimeter film, this gigantic screen, amazing theater, and and plus the way the movie shot, I was like, I get it now. This really makes sense.
Right.
You know? Or when I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in the movie theater, and Brad Pitt's like, sorry for the it's Did you see that movie?
I didn't.
All right, well.
Spoil it. I don't give a fuck.
He smashes her. You got to see that movie. It's funny. He smashes. It's Charlie Manson's crew. You know how he kills Sharon Tate in real life in the movie.
I don't know the movies, huh?
No, but in real life, Charles Manson's crew.
Oh yeah.
He killed that one chick, but in the movie, they fuck up and they go to the wrong house, and Brad Pitt's there, and his character, and he fucks him up, and he smashes this chick's face on this fucking on this telephone. It's so nuts. He's like, yeah, and everyone was laughing in the movie, like, you know what I mean?
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah, because she's like the fucking Manson chick. You know, they're like psycho.
Yeah, I know, man. Like
the Charles Manson crew.
How did Charles Manson get bitches?
The fucking acid and he was a good-looking guy, and he was charismatic. He was a good-looking guy in the sense that like it was the 60s and that was, you know what I mean, scruffy.
You got that kind of psychotic vibe.
Yeah, I mean I'm married, but
I'm just saying.
I did good when I was a kid, you know.
Yeah, so women are attracted to danger. They don't have no fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of fear, like this motherfucker killed 80 motherfuckers, but we going over to get some drinks, y'all. I have no fear. I'd rather take that chair and push me from behind than rather stand in front of me. I'm Charles Manson.
But Charles Manson had that kind of like drug. He had that kind of philosophical drug thing going,
right?
Where they were doing a lot of drugs,
right?
And then he was kind of like being a meditation leader, and like he used a lot of mind tricks, like I don't want to say.
But that's how most guys get their chicks.
That's how most
tricks.
guys, yeah, like gaslighting and
make them believe in something that's not really true. I can't even say that. Don't me to me that. Yeah, I'm gonna sell you this dream and let's get it popping. That's the reality of it, ladies. That's how we get it. It's never the same after you meet us for the first time.
Did you know it was called gaslighting when you started to hear the term gaslighting? And
I didn't know that.
You're right, I didn't either. But then they were like, yo, it's where a guy tries to, like, when you get in an argument and he tries to pretend like you're crazy and that none of the things that happen really happen, and he's telling you, like, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. Right. That's not what happened at all. And I'm like, oh, it's called gaslighting.
Gaslight. Well, I know that now.
That's just normal life to us.
I'm going to go gaslight these hoes. I'm gonna gaslight this. I can't wait this episode. By the time this episode, and I'll probably by the time this episode comes out, Dave Chappelle would have probably have made one of the biggest, most impactful announcements in the history of entertainment.
Oh, for real?
I'm pretty sure of it.
He bought the NFL. What happened?
Nah, he ain't buying. Robert Johnson is thinking about. He's on BET. He's thinking about trying to buy a team. It's time for a black.
It's definitely time.
Black person to own an NFL team. No, but he would have made an announcement that will make you feel like there are, in the world of business, there are some good people. Mm-hmm. There are some people that stand on morals. Mm-hmm. They stand on their belief and do things because it's right.
Mm-hmm. Are you talking about Dave specifically?
Yeah, Dave specifically.
Yeah. Oh, he's an amazing person.
I don't want to spoil it, whatever.
No, but he is an amazing person.
It's a moment that it's going to be very iconic. And people are going to remember. It's going to be one of those moments like, I remember where I was when I heard this news.
Wow.
So, yeah. How long we been talking trash about COVID?
About 55 minutes.
We've been talking Corona talk for 55 fucking minutes. Okay, here's the thing, Derek, about the whole COVID shit.
Yeah.
Fuck all y'all motherfuckers that was trying to hate on me. Fuck all y'all motherfuckers that wish death, the one to go, I told you sooner or later it was going to catch up. It was definitely going to catch up, and you absolutely right. And guess when the shit caught up? After 80 shows, after employing half of a town of Yellow Spring, after giving people at Stubbs jobs that hadn't worked in a while, after celebrating anniversaries with people, after people didn't know what they want to do, and for 2 or 3 hours in your life, you got a chance to escape. And that was presented, and that was created by Dave Chappelle, Team Dave Chappelle, the people at Stubbs, the Yellow Spring community, and that's what's going to happen. And you got motherfuckers that want to kick you when you're down. You got people who want to talk shit. I realized, and I said this earlier, COVID shaming is the worst thing you can do. It's going to happen to people. Be supportive. That's why I'm so happy that it happened to me in the group that I was with. I didn't feel alone. I didn't feel like everybody was like, fuck you. I didn't feel like I couldn't call somebody that could help me out. I felt like it was a unit, and together we're going to get through this. Together we're all going to get healthier. It was so hard for me to say, people like this, are you still sick? I never felt sick. But guess where sickness comes from, dearie? Sickness goes in your brain too. Physically, you might not be sick, but your brain could be sick. Your brain could be sick enough where you don't even understand when something loves you or wants you. Your brain could be sick where you resist anything that feels good. Your brain could be so sick that you can't even deal with the idea of, I can get past this. It's not all grave. I have family members that have passed away. People close to me have passed away. And it's tragic. It's unfortunate. I understand that we have to take all the precautions to keep yourself safe.
Yeah.
But as you are talking, wear a mask, wear a mask, wear a mask. You got to wear a mask. Take a vitamin. Get in the gym. Try to build your immune system up so that in the event that you contract it, God forbid, that you can handle it. So many rumors going on. Motherfuckers trying to say Elon Musk gave us this shit. Niggas couldn't wait. One day, I was in the room with the richest man in the world. Everybody's like, yo, what was that conversation like? And the next day, like, yo, that bitch Grimes gave y'all the coronavirus. Yo, niggas trying to say Grimes gave us the corona. Well, I don't know what strand we had. I don't know if it was the billionaire strand.
Right.
But it was the easiest in my situation. It's not for everybody. Before y'all hate, say whatever. That it was not a pleasant experience, but it wasn't such a bad experience. And I feel a little bit confident knowing that the body resisted it.
Yeah.
My body said, get it out of here. But the thing you got to worry about, they got new strand. Every day, they got a new strand.
Yeah.
Every day we got a new strand. And I want to say this. The dopest thing, after we quarantined for those 2 weeks, and there was another week where we didn't have shows or anything, and we could have just ran home and said, fuck it. We manned up. We did 5 more shows. Rogan was a part of that show. Dave was a part of that show. Mo Ammer was a part of that show. Michelle Wolf was a part of those shows. Fahim Anwar was a part of those shows. Buck Rogers was a part of that show. Fucking Matthew, our camera dude was a part of that show. And it could have been fucked up. We manned up, we got through it. And here's the last thing I want to say, son. No matter what the fuck nobody say, be cautious. Be safe. But you always got to remember this. The show must go on. That's it.